Good morning, and welcome to the Be the Light meditation. And often we drop in and we have these wonderful experiences and learn to be alchemists and morph time and space for healing and to feel better. And today's topic is something I know that is like the Achilles heel for many people who work in the spiritual realm. And even the word money kind of creates a little activation and a little, maybe even a little bit of pushback. Because if we're in our spiritual path, traditionally claiming and bringing in and getting money, it's like oil and water, and we have to make peace with this. If we are women who intend to lead and are committed and have chosen to lead and to be mentors and models for the new paradigm, resourcing and abundance to the level of our service is a very simple formula, and we must face any resistances or old unconscious blockages as carryovers from the toxic masculine way of bringing in goods and owning, controlling, and power over. So today we're going to do a little house cleaning and a little inventory about money. It's so hard for me to say that. Abundance, resourcing ourselves and making it a fresh thought, a new flow, a river that flows. Think about this. Every time you think about money, where does your brain and your nervous system go? Does it go to the bank account, the this, the that? How am I going to pay for this? We want our first thought to be, the door is open. I am leading you. We're going to reprogram some of the traditional ways that I'm going to mute everybody just in case barking dogs and all sorts of things come up. So we're going to look at money in a new way, but first, in the feminine flow, but first, again, we are going to become conscious of any resistances. And my tendency is to always jump into the fun part, the fix, but I really want to spend a little time. And I've been doing this in my dream world. I went to bed really late. I got up this morning, and I never have words to go with these meditations because Spirit comes down and tells me what to say. But Spirit isn't living where we're living. This is almost like a war down here as a human doing our spiritual work and trying to get jobs and pay different things. And sometimes their advice doesn't really meet the rubber. The rubber meets the road and gets us where we need to go. So we're dropping into reality here. And so I did write it down. In this personal inventory that we're going to look into right now, some of the things I'm going to say you're going to have resistances to. You're going to have to be very honest, because these are patterns that we've developed in our childhood and formative years to create us a sense of safety. And this is a fear-based world. So most of what we think is based on fear. So I'm going to be shaking you from your comfort zone. And I have to tell you, my comfort zone growing up was always living with just the right amount. We didn't have very much money. So after my divorce, when I was given a substantial sum and I parked it in different modalities to make money, preserve it, grow, I remember it didn't feel like me. It felt uncomfortable. And I had a subconscious thought of, I'll be glad when all this money is gone and I can get back to my simple in and out bank account. And that was the story that I played out. And over time, I felt guilty having so much money. And I would just give chunks. Here's my son, need $5,000. And there the money went. So our learning curve sometimes of having lots of money. And I always joke that I grew up very, very poor and learned to value money. Then I was very, very wealthy and felt guilty, maybe too much. And now I'm just right. So it's a blessing if you've had both opportunities, because it is very true. The rich think differently. There is a book, it's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And there is a way of thinking of building with no harm to others. And we as feminine creators think, if I take more than my share, it's going to harm others and they're going to have less. That is a falsehood. One of my major feelings, and I'm sharing this because I want you to think, what is the major feeling or story that you grow up with that now you're either playing that out or you're playing the exact opposite? This was mine. In a family of 8, there was only so much food to go on the plate and so much money to go around. So I would say, this is my share. If I take any more, it's not fair, and others won't get what they need. So anytime I've gone over and had excess, I say, I have more than my share. I am being selfish. So what is your storyline? Bring that up. What is the thing I told myself? It's not fair I have so much and other people don't have, or it's not fair other people have so much and I have barely anything. Were your parents selfish with the money? Did they give too much and not hold enough for their own needs? These first experiences with money set your sails. Or maybe your parents were different and you have an inner conflict because of this. Okay, so what is your money messaging? Sometimes there's a sense of guilt. I have so much, I can't even share with the world how much I have because they won't like me. They'll be jealous. And this part even goes beyond money. Women on this call I know are great writers. They're funny. You're performers. You're painters. You're creators. And you're afraid that if you show people how much you have, they might shudder and feel incompetent. And like their song isn't being sung. So this is all related to abundance, self-image, and showing up as a wealthy, resourced woman, full of your toolkit for everything you need, irregardless of the exact number in the bank. Does that make sense? You are setting your self-image, and I often use the image of a queen. A queen sits there, she states what she needs. She never begs. She never feels that there's not enough. She actually operates in the world that everybody knows she has everyone's best interest. They make sure that she is resourced. And if we each could claim that queendom, why can't we claim it? Because the model that we have had traditionally is the masculine kingdom of a pyramid module. Right on top sits the male, think Amazon, Jeff Bezos, who even if everybody is suffering, continues to keep pounding on his employees and eking out more billions, even during a pandemic. That is a toxic, masculine, dominating, it's not collaborative, power with, caring energy. Is traditional toxic masculine. Now, it is run amok And we women have made decisions internally. I can't do that. I can never be masculine. I can never be totally like a king. We don't have models of queens with reciprocity and flow. What we have is this toxic masculine sitting like the king, where everybody is beholden to him, his view, his ideas, his flow of money, his social media platform, in charge of even the very thoughts people have. I'm talking about Zuckerberg, the Bezos, the Bill Gates, in charge by the very fact that they have manipulated, coerced, and controlled and created huge amounts of money and control. So this is played out with us women thinking, oh my God, I would never be like that. That is so selfish, it's wrong, and it's abusive. It is a toxic, masculine, abusive power over, control over. So our soul says, I can't do that. It's wrong. But how can I have money and be rich and have it be fair, have my soul be free and be a spiritual person? So why am I saying all this? Because your story in your gut, I don't deserve it, I have too much, I can't keep it, I'm not, vibrationally plays out in your voice like a megaphone to the world. And if you've been listening in to the work that I do, I can put you on a computer and I can tell you if you have money issues. You'll have a high F sharp. You'll walk into a job interview, you'll ask people for money to sell your book or your paintings. And there's that vibration which subconsciously they hear, she doesn't expect to get paid. I can get this free from her. She will give it free because she does not value herself. So this is played out in subtle, in huge ways, in the boardroom, all business transactions, and in the bedroom. I really don't value myself. So I'm giving you everything you want, and everything I do of a feminine nature is not as important. Therefore, if traditionally you're bringing home the bacon, I must be beholden and create your world in your image. How does that stack up with being a woman leader? How does that work? It doesn't work. And it's created so much internal tension. If you're on your spiritual path, you need to rest, you need to create, you need to meditate. And it's hard to get in the carnival merry-go-round rat race with marketing and presenting yourself in a spiritual diaphanous way, because people are like, what's in it for me? What can I get? So if you're presenting yourself in marketing, traditionally, you're having to do it in a toxic masculine way. And that is a pushback. It's another reason we are not successful and able to bring in money, because most money, trade, barter systems are built on you promising more and taking more than your share at the end for profit. Does that make sense? It's like you win and you fooled and manipulated enough people to give the least and get the most. So all of these things are old paradigm. They must be composted, but we still have to live in this world today. So everything we do in these meditations, the answer is always get honest with yourself, get clarity, wipe out the thoughts, resistances, and systems that aren't serving you, and create something new within yourself. And you can do it. You can create an infallible magnetization, money-making thought forms and fields within yourself that, guess what? They're not dirty. They're clean. They're joyful, because what you are offering is what the world needs most, and it's just waking up It's just waking up that what you are offering has value. Inspiration, depth, honoring feelings, sitting in a circle, honoring other people's voices. Did you know that time lineage tradition of any authoritative church or spiritual authority, they have an altar. And the altar is about giving up your power, guru, an altar, something outside of yourself you're honoring. The feminine churches, through time memorial, guess what? It's a table sitting in the middle. It is a table where you look at each other, eye to eye is honored. It's not giving of yourself to the pyramid. The altar is the point of the pyramid. We women are going to corral people's aching, empty hearts into sitting at tables where they can't have everything their way, where they have to share, where they need collaboration. And this is why the world is dissolving as it is now, and people are losing money. And eventually the stock market and the numbers will crash. It's being held up by false narratives. It is all going to crash, and they're going to say, is there anything or anybody with a coherent message of hope and what is important and the reason we want to live? And people, they're going to string up, metaphorically, the Jeff Bezos and the Gates of the world, who wrote everybody's story from their control image. They're going to say, who are these women sitting at these circles with free, clear voices of kindness? All children of the world are as important as their children. Every elder could be their mother. This is the underpinnings for the divine plan that is the foundational feelings and images and new ways for the new world. And if you're here today or listening to this, you know this, and we must model it. So we need to clear the decks of our old stories, resistances to receiving what we need, because guess what? People will be most impressed by you. Number one, if you can get them out of your pain, if you can be a healer. Well, you already know you're a healer, but they're really impressed if you're making money, if you're bringing in and suddenly have truly all that you need, and you're an appreciation of it, and you are holding a form of the queen. What do they say? I want to be like her. Then they come to you and you are magnetizing clients. But you must be it and resonate it yourself. So that's why we do these meditations, to bring up any old patterning within ourselves. We clear it, and then we have these bells that ring out that those that are ready for the changes and the healings that you have just gone through can imbibe of that and enjoy it, and they will value it in exchange and reciprocity. So we must value and nurture within ourselves that our gifts have value for a decaying, dying world. Take a deep breath, and that all of these feminine things that you do, the world would never have a chance if you didn't stand there and hold them with value and say, finally, you're coming home to the table for some true nourishment. Okay. Now to the meditation. That was my 3 pages of notes. All right, so go ahead and take a nice deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. We're going to enter what I call the sacred space. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. As we work with higher vibrations, with the feminine eye towards recreating ourselves, our thoughts, and choosing actions in alignment with resourcing and holding ourselves in the world's bounty, no matter what is happening out there. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. So we have talked a lot about storylines, but guess what? Each storyline has an anchor somewhere in your body, and then it's waving these balloons somewhere in front of your eyes, keeping you from seeing the truth. So we are going to go in and dissolve and release some of the early storylines about your relationship and ideas around money. Then we will replace those anchors in the spaciousness and new cohesive patterning with a stellar, bright, magnetizing geometric structure within your energetic field that tells a new story. I receive effortlessly. I receive all that I need endlessly. I am resourced. I recognize. The earth has not been able to recognize or see me. I honor that I have stayed the path. I know there's some tumultuous transitional times coming for humans. And I am here courageously, standing in my power, and I am commanding that the universe meet and sustain and resource me now. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. So we're calling in our spirit guides who see the earth and her processes and her stage of maturation and see your own personal journey and the space that you are holding. We ask and intend in this moment that the significant anchors that have been given to you in your storyline by authoritative figures, parents, teachers, churches, even partners, all of it that does not match the new vibrational field you are creating, we are asking that they are very gently dislodged. And when I say anchors, they're kind of lodged in your tissues. So take a very deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. We ask that the spiritual guides and the angels very gently dislodge each mistaken belief based on earth values, misconceptions, and misalignment now. This is very big. Within your stomach, we release all fears that have generated your feeling world around money. We are removing layer after layer after layer of tension and worry throughout time. Conscious and subconscious beliefs, actions, and realities based on your money story. We are pulling that string, that anchor out of your stomach now. Take a very deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. Imagine that as you're exhaling, all the pictures and the story and the neurological patterns are big chunks now, and they are coming out through your lungs and through your breath back out into the ethers to be discreated and softened. These are huge, huge, old, big anchors, especially in our stomach. Many, many, many layers. Will I be okay? What if there's not someone there to take care of me? Can I take care of myself? That means I have to grow up. That means I need to take responsibility. That means I'll be a selfish, uptight, left brain person. All of those thoughts have fed into the timeline of tension and worry and fighting yourself. So take a deep breath. This is huge. We're going to stay with the stomach here for a minute. And in fact, with the next breath in, very, very deep breath, bring in a golden mist from source and just bring it right in and let it surround your stomach tissues. We ask and intend that this massive tension in our stomachs of will I be okay, be released cell by cell, atom by atom. This is old, densified, calcified information that was never mine to begin with. And I am now choosing to let it float to the top and to see the light of day and to simply melt. We are melting the tension from our stomach, our esophagus, our throat, from our voice mechanism. We are removing the vibrational miasms related to contracting thoughts, actions, and histories about money now. Take a very deep breath. So you're beginning to see that even if you were affirming receiving money, it would come up against this thick rubber apparatus, kind of everything bouncing off it. So keep breathing deep. This is very, very big. All right, we're going to ask for the big gun help source. We're going to open our crown chakra, and we're going to ask that the Creator, who we are fully in service to the best we can, we ask and intend that the Creator help us now. We open our crown chakra and we are asking for some sort of vibrational essence or elixir that will take this old, tight feeling, this tension, this worry away, out of our bodies. We open our crown chakra and we allow this energy now to come in to the top of our head and into our brain. We extinguish the old trigger activating thoughts that started fires in our nervous system and kicked off contraction. We are tired of these limiting patterns. We are commanding that we release them. We are using our voice and our will to meet our Creator and to allow for this to be lifted out of us powerfully and permanently now. Take a deep breath and let that energy now go into your heart, your lungs, this golden soothing energy, and now let it come right down into your stomach and let it go into every cell. And there's a part of you that says, well, if I don't hold this, then what'll happen? Then what'll take care of me? Source will always give you what you need. Maybe not your human picture of what you want. So we are replacing all this old energy with golden trust. Allow the receivership of this golden energy that was always available, and you are choosing it in this moment to come into your stomach and to soften and re-pattern. And it is warm, so it is melting this iceberg of old tension. Take a very, very, very deep breath through your nose and blow the old energy out. Blow it out. Blow it out. That's it, until even your second and now your first chakra, your survival chakra, is now being emptied. ground floor of your description of safety is now being repatterned. You are surrendering to the healing forces of vibrational purification in your stomach, your will center, your second chakra, and most importantly, your first base chakra. We ask and intend that all of our old beliefs and vibrations around fear and money and abundance are now simply loosened and allowed to float away. The anchors are removed. The balloons are gone that were clouding our vision. And we are breathing deeply and fully. Deeply and fully, probably for the first time in our lives, because we entrained and patterned with our parents' ideas about money. And we are claiming that we are free. We are free of that limiting template. Notice that your heart is opening. The more that you empty out your base chakra of these fears, your heart says, I am safe. Take a deep breath through your nose, out through your mouth. We replace these old energies with trust and new thoughts. I am safe. And notice your heart. It's amazing. The more clearing in the base chakra, your heart, I feel the hearts are starting to like almost spasm as they're expanding and opening with colors and sending out more lights. All of that fear kept your heart contracted from other people seeing, from you feeling and enjoying the effects of love in the world. So let your heart expand until your heart energy is now filling your stomach. You are valuing yourself. This golden light is filling every chakra in your body. You're breathing more deeply. You're breathing into your stomach. You're feeling that everything is connected. Your body feels so different. Take another deep breath. Now you are breathing in universal love. And you are breathing out the last vestiges of this old thinking and patterning. It's like breaking up. Yes, it is this easy. Take another deep breath of this golden, pure, it's like rainbow shimmering light. And now you're breathing in with your heart. And as Deanne would say, you're breathing with the universe. Your higher self in this space knows what you need. It knows the food you need for vitality and energy and physical stamina. It knows the housing you need to sit down with your soul and accomplish your mission, your work, and your projects. It knows the types of people that you can trust and count on. People who work with the law of reciprocity, who see and honor and value you as you see and honor and value yourself. It's like you're in a whole new rung of possibility now. And notice that this pulsing heart that is getting bigger and bigger, it is seen. You are seen. This is a magnet for other people choosing love and want to expand their service and their love. and they will value what you bring. They will value and pay you for what you bring. We're magnetizing new imaging, new messaging, which is expressed in marketing. The words fall into perfect formation, and the pictures and the energies and colors, all that you bring forth from this heart is pure. It is pure service that values its gifts in action. At the table, each woman honors and values herself and honors and values the person next to her. Exchanges occur effortlessly, fairly, and joyfully. Implant these visions and pictures as the new operational system, and it will be your world, what you attract, and who you are, and who comes in to sit with you. Take a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. So as I am speaking, there is more exchange and more exchange. There is no limit to how far your heart can expand in this pure love and light. So it allow it to keep moving out beyond your body, beyond your house, beyond this city. You're connecting with all the 0 points of reality, and you're making a phone call to the universe. This is me. I have beautiful gifts, and I am showing up, and I'm ready to be seen, and I'm ready to receive true market value. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. So as we come to the closure of this meditation, we ask that all of this be integrated powerfully within all of our systems, that all the energies are smoothed out in our body and in our being. And we know that our voice will hold these new pictures, these new expectations, new ways of being, recreating your bank account. And yes, money is a wonderful exchange. It is a bright sign that your heart is enlarged and receiving and flowing, and you are also supporting others who support you. There is enough exchange for everyone, for all that is needed to happen. Take a deep breath and just see how you're expanding to be this great exchange unit of divine reciprocity. Excellent. Nice deep breath. Everybody's really opening up their stomach and anchoring in this new patterning in your base chakra. Excellent. Stable and integrate. Now we're going to put a beautiful golden resilient egg around your entire body. And we are going to ask this repatterning continue for the next 3 days. And you're going to be watching and noticing that things are different. Things change. And also acknowledging this is not magical thinking. We have simply thrown out thoughts that don't serve you and implanted a new operational system. So go ahead and wiggle your fingers and toes. And very gently, we're going to come back to this room, this space, this consciousness, where we polished our toolkits around money and receiving and abundance. Excellent. So I'm going to stop the recording and we can have a little community discussion before we have closure for the day. I'm Jan Jorgensen and can be found at soundandlighthealingarts.com. And I do have a list of all sorts of other topics that you can listen to at any time. There are links to YouTube. Okay.